I think we're tracking down some things back there. Just a moment. So welcome to our concert. We're doing classics and chamber works. You'll probably notice on the program, we forgot to put the time, but I'm glad you all figured that out. I was going to sneeze. We didn't put the time on there, and I thought, wow, that's crazy. Somebody mentioned it. I'm going to see. Okay, all right, I'm back. So we forgot to put the time on there, and I put it up on our Facebook post, so I knew that at least some people would know when it was, but somebody told me today, did you realize that the time's not on there? I'm like, oh my gosh. But anyway, percussion, how are we doing? We got it? Okay, here we go. So we're going to start off with Dvořák. Did I do that right? Symphony number 9 from the New World. Dvořák wrote for the, it was, I believe, the National Conservatory or something. It was in, I believe it was in New York. It was an old conservatory that I don't think still exists. But he wrote this piece as an example of what American nationalistic music should look like. And Dvořák was from another country, obviously, but he came over here and he wanted to exemplify American music. So this is his idea of how to do that. So we hope you enjoy excerpts from Symphony number 9 from the New World. This is my favorite concert of the year because we get to do chamber ensembles. The next piece that you're going to hear features the USM flute section. We're going to be doing Cantilena by Grant Horsley, and you're going to hear all the flutes playing 6-part harmony there. So you're going to hear all the way down to the bottom of the flute, which is interesting because they have to put down all the holes, including all the pinky keys, to get all the way down there. So you're going to see Carolyn playing on the very, very bottom and Jordan playing on the very, very top. So we're excited to present this piece for you. I think we have all our music in order and everything's all good. So here we go. And that is the talent that I get to work with every day. It's wonderful. Thank you very much, Flute Group. This next one is another classic from Beethoven Symphony No. 7. If you're a string player, I see some First City Chamber Music people here. You are familiar with Beethoven 7. It's a beautiful piece. His second movement, the Allegretto, is just this powerful, pulsating piece. It just moves. And if you haven't listened to Beethoven recently, go back and listen to his 7th Symphony, second movement. Just sit down and listen to it. It's amazing. So we're going to perform that for you now. Now we're going to transition to something completely different with our low woodwind ensemble. You're going to notice these large instruments coming up here. We have bass clarinet, bassoon, bass clarinet, and baritone saxophone. They're about to present to you Coldplay's Viva la Vida, arranged by Kiri Baker-Davies, who is a member of the group. Thank you very much to our low woodwind ensemble. Awesome. That was a really nice, refreshing break. We're going to come back with another piece. We played a piece at our Christmas concert, a metal bell carol, and we liked it so much we thought we would do another one by the same composer. This is called the Diabolical Marche, or Marche Diabolique. I hope you enjoy. This next chamber group is going to be over here. It's a very interesting piece called the Fantasia Arabesque. It's written for flute and percussion and piano for something completely different, even more different than the low woodwind ensemble. So we're going to let them get set up and we will have that in just a minute. during that last piece, the whole time I was thinking, don't step off the stage, don't step off the stage. I was thinking, stay put. And then when I turned around, I was just looking, making sure I didn't. Anyway, as you notice, it's a little bit dark back there, and some of us were using pedals. And sometimes when you're in the performance, it's like, where's my pedal? Where did it go? You gotta find the pedal, and it's dark. Anyway, so we had all sorts of interesting little quirks, but I hope you enjoyed that piece. It highlighted some of the really weird characteristics of the flute, like with all the ornamentations and the bends and the slurring and the fast notes and flourishes, and also with all the percussion and the piano. And there's this thing called a Saidi groove, which is something I had to look up to understand. So it was just a really cool piece, and I'm excited that we were able to program it on the concert. This next piece is another arrangement of Shenandoah, which I really like this piece because it features several of our players on this as soloists who pass around the melody through all the sections. So we last played an arrangement of Shenandoah, I believe 2 years ago, but we played the Omar Thomas arrangement of Shenandoah, which is another brilliant arrangement. Tonight we're playing the arrangement by Randall Allen Bass. We hope you enjoy this. We had 4 soloists in particular on that, so I just wanted to point them out. So, well done, soloists. I want you to know every single note in that piece we had to rehearse, including to the very, very last note. We had to like tune that last note that we played together. So I just want you to know how much effort these players have put in to learning this program tonight. And it just thrills me to put on this diverse and different program. Our next piece that we are playing for you is going to be Henry Mancini for brass choir. And I'm going to invite Mr. John Leffler up here to conduct, and I'm going to go back there and play my trombone. I wish you could have been a fly on the wall on these Monday evenings when we were rehearsing all these pieces. We took over the whole building here. We had flutes out in the hallway. We had brass in here. We had woodwinds downstairs. So if you had just walked through here on a Monday evening, you just heard music all over the place and all kinds of different music. It was so weird and so wonderful. So we're going to finish off our concert with a special piece from me, Robert W. Smith, Where the Black Hawk Soars. I had a special... The reason this piece is significant to me was it was written in Virginia back in the 1990s. And what happened back in the 1990s is little David Vance got into the advanced band. He auditioned and got into the advanced band in his school. He was so excited on his little trombone. And the first piece on the stand was Where the Black Hawk Soars. And I remember I played that piece, and I played it. I remember one day I saw my band director. I came into the band room early, because that's what I did. I always came in early. I spent all my spare time in the band room. I was always practicing when I could. But I came in the band room, and my band teacher, Mr. Bill Carr, he's still alive. He's 95 years old. He's still going. He was in there practicing the euphonium solo, or the euphonium melody, from Where the Black Hawk Soars. And I remember at that moment, I was like, that's what I want to do with my life. I want to be a music teacher. And I heard him doing that. It was just like, it clicked right there. And that was it. That decision was made, and I knew that I was going to do music for the rest of my life. But I heard him playing his euphonium and playing this melody. So you're going to hear it right now. It's super cool. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming. Next Tuesday, the 3rd, March 3rd, at 6:30 p.m. in the cafeteria, St. Joe Dining Hall, the concert chorale is going to present our Pops concert, and we're going to have special guests from Professor Tom Wallested's art department. They're going to do an art exhibit and Pops concert with refreshments in the dining hall, 6:30 p.m., Tuesday, March 3rd. So be there. We'll see you, and thank you for coming tonight.